Hi, it's Tess, and today's tip is 457, and I'm going to talk about some stuff I'm reading from Brendon Burchard's High Performance Habits. It's a book that we were given at a mastermind with Chris Nagel back in March, and it's kind of interesting what he's talking about now, because it's something we've talked a lot about in the tribe. And now I'm noticing my little TRX straps, so I don't get caught on a zip line again, are right behind me. Part of my learning skills. I'll link that to what I'm talking about today in a couple minutes. But what I found interesting is that I've been talking to Doc V a lot lately, and when I talk about what's changed biggest for me in the past couple of years, the one thing I talk about a lot is confidence. I worked on my self-confidence and my self-worth. I realized prior to that, I had a lot of doubts, and when I had doubts, I didn't move forward. I didn't make changes, and I made it easy so that I wasn't moving forward. And what was really interesting is when I was on the way home from work today, I was listening to High Performance Habits by Brendon Burchard, which was a gift given to us at Chris's mastermind at Sundance earlier this year. The actual place where I got stuck on the zip line. But what was interesting about this is he was talking about what he refers to as the 3 C's. And he calls it like confidence. He calls it the confidence and the competence circle. And he kind of says that competence builds your confidence, but competence is built by learning. When you learn, you develop habits, you develop skills. When you develop habits and skills, you have the competence that gives you the confidence to move on to the next level. So it was really interesting when he was talking about that today, because that's a lot of what my journey's been in the past year. So I thought it was really interesting. And whoever's on with me, hello, good to see you. I'm not sure who it is, it doesn't tell me, but thank you for being here. And so I thought I would kind of share this because it was something. And that's what I love about Audible. If I'm in the car, I'll listen to whatever is on. And this Brendon Burchard book is really good. I'll listen to this a few times because it's like a lot of things. The more I listen to it, the more I get out of it. But I love this idea about, I have always loved to learn, always loved to learn. I can't get enough. Show me something new. Let me see something new. Let me go somewhere new. Let me experience something new. I'll try just about anything once, and even if it bombs, like I'm joking that my little TRX straps behind me are to help me not get stuck on a zip line again because I'm determined. And I'm going to say that this journey can be fun in that even though I'm trying to build competence, which means learning, I find it fun. And I think if you can approach it that way, it makes the journey a lot more fun. But with Brendon Burchard, what he was talking about is when they look at high performance individuals, what they've identified is that a high performance individual is always working to improve their skills. They're always using that competency, and they have confidence. And they were saying that and competence comes from repetition, from learning, from stretching what you know and getting a little bit stronger. There's really no excuse nowadays for us not to learn, because even my mom and my dad, they'll use YouTube videos to try to learn something new. And maybe that came from my time in Doc V's Challenge, but they'll look things up, they'll learn them, they'll move forward. So every generation can do it. But what he was saying is that when they were researching the most high performance individuals, they found that it is what you do about analyzing a situation. Because I know historically I was a person that when something didn't go well, I fell into the self-despair, bummer, I messed up, I didn't do it right. You know, and I will say that, like, when I got stuck on the zip line, but this was my solution to it. My first place I went to was a place of feeling bad. Well, hello, Dari. Good to see you. Thank you for watching. I'm going to tell you the first place I went when that happened was I went to that place of who I was when I was at a BMI of 60. I felt bad about myself. I was embarrassed. I was ashamed. And it took me a while. Like, I didn't want to talk to anyone because I didn't want to have to explain how I could mess up so bad, because I automatically went to that negative place. Well, when I got home, I'm like, hey, yeah, well, it ain't going to happen again, because I'll get my little TRX straps. I'll build up my, I'm like practicing litter bags. I'll just buy the 20-pound litter bags and lift them up and down, whatever I can do. Water bottles, It's something that I'm trying to use it as a tool to let me do something and go, ha, see, I can get better at it. Well, what I was reading about from Brendon Burchard is that hi, it's so good to see you. He was kind of talking about high performance people actually just keep pushing forward. When they stumble on something, they recognize it, they find something they can learn or find something they can do to improve, and they push past it. He said, the people that are not high performance people, the underperformers, rarely reflect on the lessons. They rarely look back on what they could have learned, what they could do differently, how they could improve, what they could integrate into their life to make it better. And that's when I kind of started thinking about, like, even myself. I've told everyone now, and I'm not embarrassed about it anymore because I did it. But when I got stuck on the zip line in Sundance, now I have my TRX straps. I'll build up her arm strength. I don't know how strong I'll be, how fast it'll be that I can turn it around. But it's just something I learned. Weak upper arms, not a good thing. Or I'm not even going to say not a good thing because that's just a negative comment. It's something I want to improve. I'm kind of excited about it. Those look kind of fun. It may be a little struggle at first. I've used them in the gym before. But it's kind of an opportunity to learn something new. And I love learning new things. If you're not a person who is driven by that, I guess if you can open yourself up to it, find the things, because I think everyone has a natural inclination to want to learn or to want to grow about something. There's something that draws your attention. And I think that's where, like, David talks a lot about too, like the skills and the disciplines we use apply to all areas of our life. So if we're going to learn that, as Brendan Burchard says, when we become competent, when we recognize where we might have stumbled and we look for avenues to learn, to stretch, and to evaluate what we could have done differently, we become competent, which builds our confidence. And Dr. has told me a dozen times, confidence is what will win in the weight loss journey. And I believe that's true because he says that's what wins in the business industry. You have to be a person who is wanting to take, as we all say, the learning, we're going to get rid of that word failure, the learning, and move it forward to the next level. And I just thought it was really interesting because it is all areas. I mean, I had certain ways that I studied when I was in college. I knew that by the end of the semester I was wiped out because I usually worked 2 jobs and went to school. So what I always did is I hit hard, fast, and heavy in the beginning, because by the time my juice was running out, so to speak, I had enough of a base that I only had to add a little bit to it and I could carry myself through the semester and do well. But I had to build the base. So that's how I approach my life. I've got to build the base, then I just have little things I have to put into it. So the upfront time I have to spend time on, but then I'm just building a little at a time, which is kind of like even how I approach like my daily practices. You know, I pick one thing and I focus on it, and when I master it, it becomes just a part of my everyday life, and then I grab the next one. It's helped me a lot to kind of narrow down that way and to be excited. I like learning, you know. I mean, stepped away from being stuck. I was very embarrassed about being stuck on that zip line. But there's a part of me that it's like, it was a chance for me to identify that my upper body was weak and I can do something about that. That's all in my hands and in that box right behind me. But I think that life can be exciting. You know, I've been even looking at, because I'm part of Zara Mahoon has a unlimited life group, and I think that group is open to all the public, so I'll post that in my page. But they have what's called a prosperity game, and all it is that you simply every day she adds $1,000, I think, and we're up to over $100,000, and you just like grab anything. You're not even really trying to match exactly the dollar amount, but you just say, hey, dear God, source, universe, I would love to see this. Thank you for this great gift. And it's just the idea of thinking in a fun, playful, abundant way, because we've all gotten used to this lack, this limiting beliefs, these shortcomings. And I love the way that, like, by using games, even the idea like Robert Kiyosaki with the cash flow game, he uses the idea of teaching finances to people in a game so that you can get into it and have fun. So I think that this idea with even Brendan Burchard, identify where you want to grow, where you want to do something a little bit more. Don't be an underperformer, as Brendan Burchard says, and not reflect on what's going on, but don't let it bring you into a place of feeling bad. Let it be a chance to identify that maybe you need a box to help you build upper arm strength and do something to move forward. If that doesn't work, I'll find something else. Look for an avenue and make it fun. That actually appeals to me because it looks kind of fun. It looks kind of silly, but it looks kind of fun too. And I used to do it at my gym, so it looks kind of fun. But I think that that's what you want to do is, Brendon Burchard, this book is amazing. Very, very amazing. And it was a gift to us at the Mastermind in March. But it's amazing that the tips he gives you, and I love that he kind of points out that the high-performing people take the things that don't work, look at how they can integrate it and improve it and learn something more so that they build their confidence, because the confidence seems to be the key for the high-performing people. And when I've been talking to Doc V, the weight loss people, and thank you for everybody who's on with me, the weight loss people that succeed have confidence too. So what we have to do is stop beating ourselves up for struggles. Just reflect on them, feel good that it's something we can move into another area, integrate, learn, and push forward, feeling excited for an opportunity to learn something new. I love the amount of learning I've done in the past couple of years. I love the people I've met that have taught me things that even in my background, I would have thought that I would have already run across, but I didn't. It's opened up a whole new world for me to meet different people who've lived life differently, that have given me a chance to see things in a different way. There never has to be a day when the door's closed. You can always open the door, expand out, learn something new, build that competence, and then build that confidence and see where it can take you. I truly believe that the opportunities in this world are unlimited if we stop limiting ourselves. So that would be my hope for you, and it's my hope for myself, is that I'm going to challenge myself that every time I feel like I've hit a roadblock, I'm just going to look for the way over it, under it, around it, or through it. There's so many tools available now, so many people that have done it that could give me a hand up. So I don't want to give up on anything until I found something else or some other shiny object that is pushing me forward. Life is short, so make sure you get out there and engage and enjoy, and don't let the black cloud bring you down. Let the opportunity to be more competent, to be stronger, and to build more confidence push you forward in avenues that maybe you forgot were hopeful dreams, or maybe they're going to be new dreams that you'll reach forward for and show your family that it's never too late and that there's a lot of things out there waiting for all of us. Thank you for being here. I'll try to get on a regular pattern, but I'm still trying to get back into the habit of having a work day. But thank you for being here. And like I said, as Brendon Burchard said, competence is just simply learning until you become better at something, which builds confidence. And what he has found is the highly effective high performers are the ones with confidence. But the confidence comes from learning and developing and getting excited. So we got to stop beating ourselves up and get excited about learning more. Thank you. Have a beautiful day, and we'll talk soon. Thank you. Doesn't want to stop.